New Hampshire in fall is amazing. It's right around mid-October and the leaves are just extra bold as we're about to go to winter. But I've never seen so many colors in one place. It's like a pastel painting. Here is MacLeod Dam in Peterborough, New Hampshire. But I'm actually going to take you over to Greenfield, New Hampshire. So there's actually 4 different stops on the Wool Arts Tour, and I'm going to take you just to the one farm, which is Spring Pond Farm, and I try to find any reason I can to come visit this place. It's awesome. What's your name? Hey buddy. Hey buddy, give me some wiggle. Some wiggle. There you go. And if you're unfamiliar with New Hampshire, they have these stone walls everywhere from where they cleared the farm from rocks. Now I did find a border collie at work, guarding his sheep, but really, I didn't see him hurting any sheep, but I did see him hurting some frisbees. He's a cute little guy. Now the event is hosted at a private farm, but they have some paths laid out, and there's vendors kind of hidden all over. You have to walk through these paths and find everything, and most of them are all wool related vendors. So they're people selling wool goods they've either made or they've spun, or they're just selling the yarn, all kinds of different things. But there were other vendors here too. I like this lady's booth. She did a lot of art I've never seen with wool, where she made these birdhouses here. There were also vendors demonstrating how to use some of the tools.
So, are you right-handed?
Yep.
So the stitches, this loop goes up and over, but first this loop pulls that loop tight. So you pull this tight, up and over and to the right.
Okay.
Turn it over, so it's tight, over, right. When you turn it, you don't pull anything.
Right.
And you're not pulling this down.
You're not. That's
You're
just
you're just holding it so that it's taut.
So you can pretty much use any weight yarn you want.
Yeah.
I can see that would be addictive.
Yeah, it is very addictive. So like this is eyeglass holders. You can coil it in baskets. This was rug was made with it. So long as you pull this and you pull this the same.
Of course, since Spring Pond is an alpaca farm, there were alpaca vendors, and of course the alpaca themselves. I actually went into the store, took a look around, and you can see everything they do with yarn is really impressive. It's amazing all this is made out of alpaca. The Monadnock beekeepers were also out here showing off a hive. And if you want to learn all about beekeeping, just click this right little tab that's appearing in the top right corner. That'll take you to my beekeeping store and you can learn all about them. There was also a blacksmith selling ironwork and even a demonstration of blacksmithing.
That'll work.
Of course, there were lots of homemade food and treats, including ginger cookies. And of course, how could you be at an alpaca farm without going to take a look at the alpacas? If you want to learn a lot more about alpacas, all you have to do is click this little tab that's appearing in the top right corner, And that'll take you to my story all about alpacas in this farm. There were some artists that were showing off their wares. And eventually I made my way back into the wool section. There were also live musicians and some live loom demonstrations.
This is actually this little loom. It's called a Saori loom. It's a Japanese loom, and it is a technique that was developed. The lady who developed the technique believes that anyone can weave, and that weaving is something that is free form and very, very simple. It doesn't require a lot of training. And so this little loom was developed for that reason. It has two harnesses. These are the harnesses here, and the way this loom works is you put the threads on. The thread is called the warp. And you have the pedals down below that control these two harnesses. So when one harness is up, the other one goes down, and then you shift them to make the opposite. We call this a shed, which you can see if you look through here. You'll see that this looks just like a shed roof. And so this is called the shed, and your shuttle, which is the machine that holds your yarn, the shuttle goes through the shed and takes the thread through, which makes the weft, and it makes your fabric. So by changing the shed, then you have an opposite shed, and you put your shuttle back through, and that makes the other part of your fabric, and you beat it down, and then you change and go on. So it's a very simple age-old process that has been going on around here in New Hampshire for a long, long time, and I'm proud to be part of the tradition. Unique to this loom. This is a bobbin winder. And so this loom, yeah, it is cool, isn't it? This loom comes with little bobbins that fit on here. And what you do is you wrap your fiber, get it started.
I'm going to go back to the car and wait for you to take your time. Okay, I'll be there shortly.
You can wind your bobbin on the loom. You don't even have to get up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a very unique. She thought of a lot of different things. It's really unique. And it's like I said, it's a very simple loom, but you can do a lot of different techniques on it. You can do tapestry, and you can do plain weave, and you can do a lot of lino pickup techniques. So it's an endless possibilities.
Now,
I also found something called felted soap.
Acts as a lather enhancer. The soap comes through it, just continues to felt as you use it, and then it gets smaller with the soap, and then you have a little patch of felt at the end.
I checked out some more wool products. I love the fedoras, of course. Those are awesome. And back to the birdhouses, I was really impressed with this lady's artwork. Take a look at these animals she made out of felt. My favorite, of course, is the moose. Check him out. He's really neat. I just love this place. Just look at the beauty of living at this farm. I would find a reason to come out here every week if I could. So if you happen to be in New Hampshire in mid-October, check out the Wool Arts Tour. Definitely stop by Spring Pond Farm.
Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Also, give this a thumbs up, a like, a share, or if you have something to add, remember to comment below. Thanks. Also, don't forget to stop by terranlupo.com. I have up videos that you can't see anywhere else. Currently, I have one on carnivorous plants and also how to make your own mead. All you have to do is go over and sign up at terranlupo.com, and all that's free.